Yesterday, my friends and I were having a conversation about meals we made. Meals that our grandparents made and our mothers made and that we made for our children when they were little. And one of the classics I made because I was pretty poor. This was really filling and pretty darn cheap to make. Pepper steak. And very delicious. Hi, welcome to Simply Jan Homestead. Today, we're making pepper steak with a twist. So I'm going to show you the ingredients, and then I'm going to put it all together. So you're going to have 2 cups of rice, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, 2 bell peppers, green peppers, red. You can make it whatever you want. A medium, and that's thinly sliced. A medium onion, thinly sliced, and I had some green beans left over from the garden. I said, why not? So here's my twist. I'm going to add jalapenos and mushrooms. The original recipe calls for 2 cloves of garlic. I probably used about 4 or 5. They're small. And then 2 tomatoes, wedged. But I didn't have 2 full tomatoes because they're in the freezer for sauce and waiting for me to make it. And then a pound of top round. Well, we didn't have any top round, but I had some sirloin ends that I needed to use up. So I covered those with 1 tablespoon of paprika. And I'm cooking it slowly in 2 tablespoons of butter. And then for the broth, it calls for 10 to 12 ounces of beef broth. And then you're going to add 2 tablespoons of low sodium soy sauce. And I added a splash of Worcestershire and about 1 3/4 tablespoons of red cooking wine because I like it. Oh yeah, it's so good, y'all. You can put more as you cook it. You can add more of the soy sauce if you feel like you need more soy sauce. Excuse me. You can add more red wine. It did not call for that, but I love the flavor of the red wine. And so what you're going to do is you're going to cook this steak. And if you do use the top round, sometimes it can be tough. So what you're going to do is get a tenderizer and tenderize it before you cook it and cut it. And I have found, now you don't have to do this, but if it's partially frozen, it's a lot easier to cut into the strips because it's a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch strip. So I am going to cook this steak because the boss is on his way home. He had to work today on Saturday, and I want to have a delicious meal for him for an early supper. So let's get going. Okay, y'all, we've got the steak cooked, and I put the jalapenos and garlic in there and the broth, and now we're going to simmer it for 30 minutes. Okay, it's been 30 minutes. Now we are going to add, I already did it, the tomatoes, mushrooms, green peppers, onions, and I went ahead and put the rest of the jalapeno in there. And I had a couple green beans that I cut up and put in there because that's what I had. And I didn't have enough to make a meal out of them, so they went in here. Doesn't that look delicious? So we're going to cook this for 5 minutes and we'll be back. Okay, 5 minutes is up. We have our soy sauce, our red wine, our dash of Worcestershire sauce, and our cornstarch. Now, the cornstarch, as most of you know, acts as a thickening agent. So we're going to pour this in. I'm going to give it one more mix. And then we're going to pour this in here. And we're going to let that thicken up into a beautiful sauce. Oops. It's hard to stir and watch what you're doing on the camera. It smells so good. I wish y'all could smell it. Oh. And the sauce is so delicious. It is truly another easy meal that takes about 50 minutes. And honestly, y'all, you could do this in an Instapot if you wanted to. I just like cooking. I like cooking and experimenting. And, you know, even with the jalapeno in there, it's not that hot. I don't know if we just didn't get a real spicy one or not. But I could add another half to it. But it tastes so good. Oh my gosh, I wish you could taste it. I just have to do it again. It is wonderful. So you can serve this on a plate or in a bowl. I am going to get some for the boss and let him taste this and see what he thinks. All right, the boss is going to try it out. Let's see what he thinks.
Why don't I always just get a little bit? Why don't I just get
Because I have a plate I'm making for you.
Wow. Excellent. I'm just going to go ahead. I'm just going to go ahead and eat this.
Okay, so I got the seal of approval. Y'all, don't forget hashtag what's cooking, one word, collaboration. And let me know you put the video up. I'll add you to the playlist. And let's get something different cooking so we can not make the same old every day. I just want to thank everyone that's joined in, everyone that's planning to join in. And yeah, let's share our recipes so our husbands will think that we're fabulous. Y'all be blessed and love well. Bye now.